was unsure. What I didn't tell them is that what I longed to write was a small book of wanderings, animals, a paper-thin object, a ghost, filled with an incandescence toward the possibility of a book, as well as a paralysis. Maybe I was writing a novel, in the Robert Vulture sense, his short forms like moods and digressions. For me, the sketches I produce now and then are shortish or longish chapters of a novel. The novel I am writing is always the same one, and it might be described as a variously sliced up or torn apart book of myself. What is a drift? Perhaps a drift is a sort of form. For some time, I have been interested in the writing one is doing when one is not writing. I email often throughout the day with Anna, a more successful writer living in a different city. We have both been under contract for our respective novels for several years. Art is time, Anna writes me. A novel especially. It must be slow. It must take the time it needs. All that summer, I attempt time. I try not to let the days bleed. I attempt to be in the room outside of the internet. That summer, along with my daily black journals that accumulate in rows like gravestones, I begin keeping a notebook that I think of as the Drifts notebook. Its cover a canary yellow that matches my copy of Vulture's The Tanners, which I read in short increments each season, never finishing. I crane my head now and see the first of the yellow notebooks on the small table across the room, in a pile with other filled and partial journals, legal pads, printed out notes, manuscript pages, photographs. Inside the yellow notebook, I wrote my address and my name, except it was a slightly different version of my last name, which made me feel I had entered the space of fiction. The notebook was for a book called Drifts, but it is a different book from the one I'm trying to write now. I was surprised to find these notes inside the notebook. This Drifts desired to be a detective story, or maybe a murder mystery, like something out of an Antonioni film. Searching for something lost or missing, but I didn't yet know who or what. How summers are spent following my little black terrier, Genet, as he shifts into various dark shapes on the rug or wooden floor, following patterns of light. He paces nervously in the office, waiting at the door, eventually settling for a time on the fake sheepskin rug under my desk. All these soft spots I plant for him around the house. He does not like to keep still within the office. It isn't close to any source of sunlight, to any window from which he can look out. To get any thinking done, I must ignore him, his desire to be fed, to play, his pushing the ball into my hand. I feed him my dried mango slices, which I eat so that I can chew on something leathery. Chewing as thinking. Thinking as chewing. In the morning, after John leaves for the museum, coffee after coffee, the key is not too many cups, and to remember to eat breakfast, granola, yogurt, and fruit, or toast after toast. The key is to remember to turn off the internet and to allow it to stay off. The key is to try to stay still. The distraction of Genet's bark, his periodic eruptions at possible intruders, his call and response to Fritz, the absurd blonde labradoodle next door who yelps from the window of the first floor of the pale yellow colonial, the psychotic burst of the mail slot, my dog's heart beating inside his small barrel chest, a low growl that builds as he flies through the house, careening around the corner, nails scratching toward the front window, erupting at another delivery for the apartment upstairs. His sympathetic nervous system that I sponge from. His paranoia and intensity that I share. I see the postman smoking his brown little cigarettes outside the house. We wave at each other. I suspect he lights one after he visits here. He has seen me.